if we were going to go ahead and have the graduates line up in the back, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and do the procession. We don't need the music yet.
Careful.
I like the drag out. Just going in a circle. Aren't they awesome? Oh, this is such a great. Woo! Woo!
Make some noise, people.
Speechless.
We all have speeches, actually.
Okay, thank you, graduates. We're going to have you go take your seats now. And now we're going to call up Benjamin H. Taylor for
All right,
a solo.
All right, Ben.
That was better in practice.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on me and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
He dropped the mic. Oh my goodness.
That was amazing. Thank you. All right. Okay, we will now be honored to hear from our guest speaker, Thew Curtis. She travels from far away today, and she is a physics major. So she has a lot of wise words to share with us.
All right. Yeah.
Just randomly.
It's like a TED Talk.
The mic works.
I do have some very wise words to share. I hope you appreciate them. They took a lot of work to write them all. As I came to this graduation, I was just wondering, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Caught in a landslide.
Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Anyway, the wind blows. Doesn't really matter to me. To me.
It's like it's from a song.
Mama
Uh,
just killed a man.
ooh.
Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger. Mama, life had just begun.
Where'd you go?
And now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, oh. Oh. I'm not back again this time. Tomorrow. Carry on. Carry on. As if nothing really matters. Thank you.
So privileged to hear those words. Thank you, Isa. I think we all needed that reminder in our lives. All right. We will now have the privilege to hear from Gregory D. Taylor. He is, I guess first I should announce that this year we had 3 astounding students among our student body. These students were so astounding and so equally amazing that they are all valedictorians this year. So
Wow.
we would like to congratulate Gregory Taylor, Nicholas Kohls, and Thew Curtis. You guys are amazing. First, we will hear from Gregory D. Taylor, followed by Thew A. Curtis, followed by Nicholas E. Kohls. Thank you.
All right. Three valedictorians. Wow. It's a bit of a contradictorian, if you ask me. I'm also graduating Oompa Loompa cum laude and a Potter scholar. So pretty proud of those as well. And while I'm not graduating with honors, I certainly have nothing to be ashamed of. Let that stand. I'd just like to say, alas, 11 years is far too short a time to live among such excellent and admirable hobbits. I guess people at BYU are generally pretty tall, so maybe not a burn I should be given. Okay, yeah, I discovered some of my true loves at BYU. First and foremost, Chick-fil-A. But also lifelong learning, I would say. Part of the BYU mission is to create lifelong learners, and I felt like I accomplished that in funny ways while I was at BYU. I really tended to enjoy classes that I didn't know I was going to be in, like Russian literature, or just an art class I was auditing, or even like finance I thought was pretty interesting. And I think I learned at BYU that I really enjoy knowledge that is useful to me and that is going to benefit my life and my understanding of the world. And I think that's something I want to maintain as I go forward, is just knowing that I can really learn to do anything, and there's no really limitations, and that doesn't have to stop. So I'd like to thank everyone present, especially the parents. We super appreciate you guys helping pay for everything and supporting me, and Mom and Dad for always kind of telling me to strive for what was important. And even though I didn't know I was going to make it into BYU, I think it was because of you guys. So, and I'd like to thank Savannah. My GPA definitely went up significantly after we spent so much time together and she wouldn't stop doing homework. So. Love you all. Thank you. Woo!
Amazing. Thank you. I actually don't know why I got up here because I already announced the next two speakers. So, next speaker.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so when the graduation committee contacted me, I was on my honeymoon. But nevertheless, I quit hanging out with my new wife altogether for the next several days and just wrote and wrote. Just piles of papers. And this morning I burned it all because none of it was any good. So in lieu of the beautiful speech I would have written, I'm just going to recite a poem by Elizabeth Bishop about losing stuff. And you can decide how that applies to education and your own lives. This is One Art by Elizabeth Bishop. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that to be lost is no disaster. Lose something every day, except the fluster of lost door keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster. Names and places and where it was you meant to travel, none of these will bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch. And look, the last or next to last of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. I lost 2 cities, lovely ones and vaster, some realms I own, 2 rivers, a continent. I miss them, but it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you, the joking voice, a gesture I loved. I shan't have lied. It's evident the art of losing's not too hard to master, though it may look like, say it, like disaster. Thank you.
Hello, friends and family, who are now, most importantly, my captive audience. I will tell you some life experiences and maybe some wisdom. I remember a beautiful sunny day when I was 8 years old. I was fishing with my father, and I decided I didn't need a fish next to him, so I went around the corner and fished by myself. And as I was casting the line, I casted and snagged a bush behind me, as such. And there's 2 things you can do in a situation when your hook snags on a bush. You could walk over to it and unhook it, or you could try to yank it. And I chose the latter. And when I did so, my mouth happened to be open for a reason I cannot explain, and I hooked myself in the tongue. I had to go to the hospital, and they pushed the hook through my tongue to get it out because it was barbed. Another time, I was biking home from the monument, and I caught a bunch of lizards and put them in some water bottles. So I was holding some bottles in my hand while biking. I took my sister's bike without telling her I was going to. Unfortunately, she didn't tell me the brakes weren't working because I didn't ask to use her bike. Shortly after, I crashed and broke my teeth on the concrete. There was teeth bits and lizards everywhere. Years later, my teeth would always fall out. On top of Angel's Landing, I ate a granola bar, my tooth fell out, my fake tooth. Another time I was at my dentist's house on Easter, and on a ripstick, I also smashed my face in the sidewalk and broke my teeth again. Followed by some crispy bacon, another instant my tooth fell out, and lastly, I was eating a bean burrito from Taco Bell on campus with my peers, and my front tooth fell out. At this time, I had no insurance, so I had to wait 5 weeks before I figured something out. But in the meantime, I super glued my tooth back on. I figured it out, eventually got my tooth fixed. I have here a random shout out to Tessa. In high school, I decided to follow my dad's career. He was pretty much a professional wrestler, world class. I did not do well, and my junior year, I broke my collarbone and decided to play bowling on my high school bowling team. I was varsity junior year in wrestling, and I moved to not A team or B team or C team, but to the D team on the bowling league in my high school. But I wasn't built to wrestle. I was built to sit down and eat French fries and wait my turn. Here's a list of regrets I wrote for no particular reason. I did a marathon and I ran in boxer briefs. I inhaled a sunflower seed into my lung. In elementary school, in typing lab, I was picking my nose, and the teacher saw me and made me wash my hands in front of everybody. My biggest regret might be playing church basketball because my own teammate ran into me and broke my nose. And I had to have surgery on my nose, essentially a nose job. So what do these stories have in common? Nothing. Just like what my graduate degree means to me. Perhaps what is important is not the piece of paper with my alma mater above my name, but is the friends and family I've made along the way. And that is why I will now inspire you, starting with the fishing metaphor. That day I caught myself, I realized the biggest catch I could ever get was myself. Your biggest catch is yourself. You need to believe in yourself. When I had super glued my tooth back on, I had started dating Tessa. Hence, it took a long time for me to kiss her in the fear that my tooth would fall into her mouth. But in the end, with the cracked tooth, my front tooth, I still got the girl. Your nightmare of your teeth melting out of your mouth is not so bad. Follow your own dreams and be the best you, even if that means the D team in bowling. It was more fun to be the worst bowler. And it didn't matter even to my dad that I followed in his footsteps. Most importantly, do good. You don't have to be nice, but be kind. Help those in need and use your knowledge that you learned in your graduate degrees to uplift and empower others. Thank you.
I have no words. Thank you all. That was so amazing. And Nick was absolutely gorgeous, even with the tooth glued on. So. All right. We will now actually get to hear from someone who is very far away, Mark G. Taylor. So he is actually on a mission right now in Washington, D.C., but he has sent his voice to us today. So we're going to listen to him.
Yes, so
2021. Some may say that you'll be remembered for being survivors of the year 2020 of online classes. I say no. I say you will be remembered for greatness. I say take every day, every moment, seize it, chase your dreams, never give up. This is only the beginning. I'm just saying a lot of random one-liners. America was built by believers. Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. What do they all have in common? Good ideas. and Thomas Edison made a light bulb. What is the world going to look like in 2040? Well, the light bulb's already invented, so that idea is taken. But what will you find that is not taken? Maybe you will make the next punching bag. Maybe you might just make the next Kiwis. The options are unlimited, and I want you to go spread your wings without fear, because with faith in God and in yourself, anything is possible. And congratulations, 2021. I raise my glass and tip my hat to you.
All right, that was our commencement speaker. Could not have chosen better. All right, so now we're going to have our faculty member Savannah Withers come up and present the diplomas. We'll go ahead and have another processional, so we'll have people march up, and Savannah will hand out the diplomas here at the podium. Gregory Taylor.
Whoa! Woo! These are digital. These are digitized.
Thew Curtis. Nicholas Kohls.
Whatever you want to do.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I saw Nick do it.
All right. Thank you very much for your attendance, and definitely for all of our amazing speeches today. I've been inspired. I know you've been inspired. So. Applause for all of the proceedings. Thank you. All right, we will now proceed with our dance tunnel. So everyone who is not a graduate can go ahead and gather kind of where this aisle is and make a tunnel.
Yeah, DJ Bradley!
Shot for the video.
Okay.
Thank you.